I'm demonstrating Cen2Rion. It's a scanning mixer and it has various modes. At the moment there are 3 sources going into it, and I'm using the split mode. That means input 1 to 3, which are on top, and input 4 to 6, which are at the bottom, are combined as stereo pairs on those 2 layers, which allow switching. They are actually switched by this LFO, which is connected to CVA, so this is doing the switching. And if you connect these outputs to AUX A and B, I'm turning loudness up, you can hear all the 3 sources. So those sources have their input gain settings in here. So we have the first source, intelligent multigrain, capable of some extra reverb, and the recording comes from CG products, different analog modules. The second source is a recording from Stardust with various effects. This needs an extra gain. And the third source are the CG products sources themselves, so I can still adjust them. So if I turn them all up at the same time, it sounds a bit chaotic. Well, it is a chaotic sound, obviously. And now, if I connect those jacks to layer A and B, I'm selecting between input 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. With the first select knob. And since it's in split mode, layer B automatically switches from 4 to 6. I hope you can see that. So the transition is now happening discrete, so it's either or. Either you hear everything or you hear nothing. If you turn up smooth, the transition will fade. And if you turn up width, the next neighboring input can still be heard. This is of course more interesting if you have 6 different inputs and you can switch between 6 different ones, whether you hear them or not. Now I'm reconnecting the LFO, which does the selecting automatically. And now I'm turning back to discrete. And now it's getting a little bit rhythmical. This is now a triangle in the LFO, so it might be more interesting with a random source. But now this is switching between the sources, and I can maybe switch one of them. So I could achieve the same effect by using, I just turned down the volume, by using the link mode. So this means both channels are linked, but this would also mean I could use different channels of input that would do different things. But if I would say the amount of CV is not that big, the amount of modulation, then I would have something similar, but layer B would still output the same input as layer A, so I would not have a stereo signal then. Turning it up again, you can hear, obviously, it's mono. And now I'm gonna reconnect my jacks to have some different inputs. So now we have a different setup. We have 6 mono inputs. And input 1 is IntelliGen multigrain. I recorded this myself and put this into latch mode. It's going through the Q pass. Now input 2. Input 2 now is Stardust. Input 3 is my XR22 oscillator. Input 4 is not yet running. I need to play my Hermit sequencer, and then should be coming from here. Sometimes it needs an extra starter. So this is 174 BPM. Now input 5 is a kick drum triggered by Hermit, and this is triggering my peak and hold, and then peak and hold is triggering delay 1022. And this sounds really nice. And then input 6 is my synthesizer. And now Hermit is playing a random sequence on channel 5, and I'm turning down select to 0, and now I'm connecting my modulation to select layer B. So this is layer B. And this gets selected now by CVB. Depending on what this setting does. So if it's set to 12 o'clock, nothing happens. This way it's positive modulation, this way it's negative modulation. And on top of that I can also invert what happens, so the channels that get selected are not kind of soloed, but they are kind of muted. And now I can connect another track. Track 6 has another random modulation for layer A, and now layer A is also doing something, but I'm not hearing it yet because I have to turn up the mixer. I don't want to give a device verdict yet, because I have not really tried out everything one can do with this. It is also made for using CV or gate information, because those inputs are DC coupled, so you can use audio or CV gate. And I have to say, it is easy to understand compared to other digital modules. This one shows everything what can be done right on top of the panel. So you see the different modes, you see the switches, and they all have a clear writing what they are doing. There's only one thing additionally you got to notice is you can turn these auxes into inputs rather than outputs by getting the module out and just using a switch on the back. You can also stack these devices, so you have a kind of routing matrix. I have yet to find out what this can do, but I have to say positively that this is really clear to understand and very logical to use. And what you can do with it is depending just on your fantasy and your imagination. You gotta know that there are some vectorals, so the transition, as you may have heard, is kind of smooth, so it's not made for very fast modulation. And yeah, there's everything here. It's really clear to understand, and it has a very beautiful user interface.